Good evening all and welcome to another video on All How the Ale. It's Friday night, which means it's alcohol-free night. And the beer we're going for tonight, it comes from Morrison's by way of JIDDLER'S TIPPLE. The beer is this one. It is their all-day pale ale. And it's an alcohol-free pale ale, weighing in at 0.5% ABV. And it says on the side of the can, it's an all-day version of our everyday pale ale. Jam-packed with Citra, Amarillo and Mosaic hops. This alcohol-free pale ale is bursting with vibrant tropical and citrus fruits. We've added a healthy dose of oats, wheat and Munich malt for body, flavour and depth. It's 0.5%, yet balanced, full of flavour and high in satisfaction. Cheers! It tells you a little bit about the brewery. It says that at JIDDLER'S TIPPLE we make inclusive, delicious and eco-friendly beer. The core range are carbon negative, vegan, gluten-free and low ABV. They are also wrapped in vintage shirt patterns so they look as good as they taste. Your ingredients are water, malted barley, wheat, oats, glycerin, interestingly, for I'm assuming that's going to affect the body, hops and yeast. And apparently there's washing instructions. I've just noticed that, right? Yeah, do not iron, do not tumble dry. Really don't recommend ironing or tumble drying it. That's for sure. Because tumble drying it might make a bit of a mess. But anyway. Let's get the beer out into a glass and see what we think, shall we? I only picked this one up on Wednesday in my local Morrison's when I did a little shopping. So we're going to pour into my AF Beer Club glass. The pour is pale. Very pale, actually. And there we have it. There we have... too many bubbles on the glass. Right, anyway, it's pale... golden colour, crystal clear with a white head. Looks all right. Apart from the glass, needs a better clean. Anyway, the whiff. It's soft citrus. There it is. With Mosaic hops, I look for the dankness, and there is some there. And it's all around the stone fruit. You've got mango, you've got peachy notes, you've got, like I say, the soft citrus. There is a good hop presence to this one, and there's a nice malt backbone supporting the lot. It's not the strongest aroma, but it's pleasant, very pleasant. Anyway, looks good, smells good. Let's see what it tastes like. Cheers. Body is light to medium. Carbonation is prominent. The flavour is more bitter than I was expecting. That's a good thing, because I like bitterness in my pale ale. I like it a lot. It's got an intensity to the hop, but it's short-lived. And those hops are bringing all of those stone fruit flavours with a little hint of pithy bitterness. Yeah, it's hoppy, it's balanced, it's malty. I generally like what's going on. I do. That bitterness is really, what's the word I'm looking for? Inviting. It wants me to have another sip because I like that bitterness. It's, for me, on the lighter end of bitter, but bitter enough that I'm enjoying it. And I just want more. That's why I'm going back for another sip. The back end is... it's all about the hop bitterness. And again, I like that. I do like that in a pale ale. There is that underripe stone fruit that's coming through on the back end, which I, again, enjoy. And I can sense you're all sensing the but. And there is a but, and I'll come to that when I do the scoreboard of joy. And that finish is light, it's refreshing. Along with that bitterness, it's moreish and inviting. I like, with not a caveat, but with some notes. And we're going to go to the scoreboard of joy so I can get those notes out of my system. This is a scoreboard of joy currently. It's void of any points, so we're going to fill it in. And as usual, the red pen of judgment will be deployed for this task. And we start by revisiting the pour and reward points for the looks. So, award even. Right, so that's your pour. It's pale. Very pale. Now, it is a pale ale, and I will forgive it some for that. But it's crystal clear, and you've got a fairly, excuse me, loose white head on top of it. It looks all right, I'll be honest. I'd like a tighter, more prominent head, but the glycerin, I suspect, is and the glass cleanliness or lack thereof is contributing to a smaller, shorter-lived head. I'm going to go the 0.7 on that one. The aroma, I like. It is all about that soft citrus, that subtle bit of dankness on the nose that comes from the Mosaic, and that slightly peachy note. Nectarine, because I find nectarine is a little more intense and bitter. Peach is a lot softer and brighter. It's a really good aroma, but it needs to be more because it's quite a light one. Again, I'm going to go the 0.8 on that one. And the body is, like I say, light to medium, but closer to the light end. The carbonation was prominent in as much as there was plenty of it. It was quite short-lived. It disappeared quite quickly, which is no bad thing. It just is what it is, a characteristic. But the overall mouthfeel, and this is what I was referring to earlier when I said I'd mention it in the scoreboard section, it's a little watery. And that's surprising given the oats and whatnot that have gone in to enhance the body. And again, I would expect the glycerin to add something, because it certainly does in everything else. It's a little, like I say, a little watery as a mouthfeel. The body itself is okay, but in the mouth, it's left with that slight wateriness. And again, I expected more from the wording. I expected a bit more oomph, and it can be done because there are plenty of them out there with excellent bodies. But this one is just left me feeling I want more. So I'm going to go down the middle on the 0.5. The flavour, though, again, it demonstrates some of that watery character. Once you get over that intense hop up front, it fades quite quickly. That said, whilst all that flavour is there, it's a nice balance between the hops and that malt. There is a good sense of all the reported flavours. The stone fruit is there. Sort of in the nectarine department, you've got some soft citrus. You've got a little pithy bitterness, which I really like. But I want more. I want longevity out of it. So I'm really liking the flavour. I just want a lot more of it. I think, again, I'm going to go more than the middle. I'm going to go 0.7. Which leaves me with the finish. The finish is where some of the bitterness resides. And that stone fruit resides there too. It's clean. It's refreshing. And I'm just getting stone fruit now from the last sip. It's nice. I like it. It's one of the stronger points of the beer. I'm going to give it the 0.7 again, I think, on that one. So what do we got? We've got 3.4. My head is all over the place. 7, 1.4. Yeah, 3.4 out of 5 today. Which I was hoping for better, I'm going to be honest, based on the wording on the can and everything that it promised. But then again, bonus point time. It can't have the full bonus because it did not get a full 5 out of 5. Would I buy this one again? I'm going to be honest, and I'm going to say no. And it doesn't happen very often where I say no, that I wouldn't buy something again. Now, that's not because I'm not enjoying the flavour. I am. I enjoy the flavour. But it's all about cumulative. There is better beer in this category out there for similar, if not less money. And I know Morrison's is not the cheapest of the supermarkets by a long way, which is a bit of a surprise because it used to be one of the cheaper ones. But I think I paid about £3 something for the can, I think it was, in my local Morrison's in Festival Park. It could have been so much more, which is why I wouldn't buy it again. Now, value for money. Again, I'm going to say no to that one because, there's better beer for the money out there by quite some way. And that's not to say it's a terrible beer because it's really not terrible. It's just lagging behind some of the better competitors in the class. That said, if you like your beers with a shorter lived flavour and a thinner body, it's going to be right up your alley. But I prefer mine with a bit more oomph, and I know it can be done because, like I said, there's plenty out there, alcohol free, with much bigger bodies and longer lasting flavour. Now, I want to point out the flavour is really good, but it just needs a lot more of it, a lot more longevity, a bit more punch in that regard. So what we got 3.4 out of 5 today. So there we go. We can't win them all every time. And I'm glad I picked it up and tried it because, if you don't try it, you're missing out. It is what it is. But like I say, yeah, if you like your beers on the lighter end of the flavour spectrum, just something easy drinking that's not going to offend anyone, and this one would really work for you. But for me and my fairly, shall we say, simplistic palate that really requires a lot of punch to really kind of tickle the pickle, then this one needs a bit more for me. But then again, we're going to leave it there and say that has been the beer. I've been me. Those down there are the buttons. You know exactly what to do with them by now. You got your like, comment, dislike, and subscribe. Choose any combination of them as you wish. And I'll see you again soon for another one. Bye for now.